Alright, we're gonna go ahead and get this started off here. I decided to play Caesar and Gaul as Rome on very hard. Here's the intro. Gaul's burning down a big stick guy.
They would rather lie slain in battle than lose the freedom gained by their forefathers.
We got Caesar talking over. Caesar needs to take over the Gauls.
My legions march north. The nights grow long and the wolf grows hungry. Rome demands blood.
I just like these other intros that they added for the DLCs.
The valor of my men stretched to
They're pretty nice.
The enemy? Merciless.
Merciless.
The Senate expects defeat. Yet the goddess Fortuna favors the bold. They must be divided, scattered, conquered. I will trade their blood for power. As I cross Transalpina, my course of action is clear. The Helvetii must be stopped before they can migrate.
So he's telling us the Helvetii must be stopped.
Their Sequani allies do not concern me, beset as they are by Suebi forces. Although the Germans could become a serious threat if allowed to cross the Rhine en masse. By befriending us, tribes such as the Aedui have drawn the ire of their fellow Gauls. For their own safety, they will submit utterly to Roman protection, as did the Vocontii before them. I will seize our mutual enemies' territories and resources, for the good of Rome and her allies, of course. And by my hand, Gaul will be subdued.
Alright then. So I'm going to start this off here. This is saying control 3 provinces, and either subjugation or military allies. Mostly then I'm going to go ahead and look for what technology to start off with. I was going to go with the food one, but this one allows me to go ahead and recruit Mark Anthony here. So I wanted that. I've got to add Mark Anthony to here. Get the whole Rome crew in. I decided to move Caesar on up towards the Helvetii and encamp him. I didn't want to attack them yet. I didn't know what was behind them. If they had any other armies or something. I don't know. I like to be a little safe with my armies some of the time. Built a, I think that was a winery there. And then this was olives that I built there. That was their resource. Decided to upgrade that pottery maker thing. Looks like it. I went with that one because that one gives you more population. The other one gives you more money. And went with the trader there on that one for trading. I didn't really think you needed much like in the way of boats or a navy on this in particular campaign because, well, Massalia is the only one that also borders the ocean, and they're my friends in this case. Now I'm looking at the diplomacy here and getting some trade with most of these guys, and I can also go ahead and ask them for some money, which was nice. I figured I'd trade with as many places as I can at first because most of the Gauls hate you. So might as well get the trade while you can before everybody goes ahead and declares war against you. Because later on we'll probably end up going with the war against all these guys and wiping them out.
The gods will rejoice at the word.
I have this other place over here, Nober Morontos or something, Maritus. And I decided to build, it's a fishing port area, so I built a fishing port, and their resource is fish, which I'm going to end up building later on, but I don't have the population for it right now, or the growth, actually. I don't know how the population and the growth correlate with each other. But I think they do. Like, I don't know if your growth goes up a few ticks every time your population goes up in people. I don't think it does. I like to think it might. And then I'm trying to decide what temple here to build. I built the one with the foot icon. And then I decided to build these Austrian levies. And they were one of the cheaper guys. I didn't feel like I needed any more expensive ones, and I couldn't build any Roman units there. Here's my spy. I wanted to go ahead and check out Octodron, which was the only Helvetii place. I'm checking to see how much money, if I had the ability to go ahead and build farms or whatever. And then I decided to build an amphitheater there. I think in the end. You go ahead and improve the garrison, and then also improve public order and everything. Took me a while to decide, though. And then here I am now deciding what edict I wanted to do. I believe I went with the auxiliary edict. Minus 25% to your auxiliaries costs, and something else there. It was conversion, I think it was +3 or plus something. Checking out the hiring troops there, and decided to end the turn. And you see Mark Antony has now been adopted by us. The Imperium went up too. And then I'm going to check out Mark Antony here in a little bit, and my entire family. And we got all my generals here. We got Mark Antony that I just added. That's Mark Antony right there. He's age 25. He's a born leader, a loyal. And those are pretty good stats there. He's also a student of philosophy. He's got 8 gravitas, rank 1, so he's a pretty good leader. We're gonna end up making him a general. I think this is my other general here, Gaius Casus Longinius. I can't say his name probably correctly. And then here's me checking out Gaius Julius Caesar himself. I'm looking at his stats. I'm moving on to look at the place in the government, checking out all this other stuff. And now we're going to move a little closer to Octojuron. I'm not able to go ahead and move the whole way there yet, but I'm going to go ahead and move significantly closer and then put myself in an encampment again. You'll notice that I like to move up by encampments a lot. It just helps me, I guess, be safer with my troops. I don't know. Now I'm going to go ahead and upgrade the food and farms route in research there. Move up my spy. I noticed that the Helvetii have really nothing besides that one army in that one town. So probably next turn I could have gone in there and taken them out, but I was kind of a little conservative with it. Over here I'm going to go ahead and end up hiring Mark Antony. I wanted to check out all the other generals just to see who else was in there. I didn't recognize him at first because he had the helmet on, and I had to go back in to go ahead and be like, oh yes, that is him. All right. Yeah, here I'm doing that there. I'm like, oh, he's just not wearing a helmet here. All right. Gonna raise an army with him. And we decided to get the General of Legions, because that was the stronger unit, not the military tribune. And then I checked out to see what type of units I could build for him. They seemed like pretty expensive units, so I just went for the nothing for right now. I think I went back, I guess, and built them. I wanted to add another Austrian levy to there. Ending the turn. Masalia's asking for defensive alliance. I thought I already had like a military alliance with him, but I decided to go ahead and take the defensive alliance. I didn't barter for less money. I went ahead and gave him the money. I was feeling generous, I guess. Checking out the other city in that province, the Turicum. I think is how you say that name. The guy was with the wolf icon. I wanted to encamp myself here just to see if he would go ahead and attack me in the encampment. And then I could go ahead and draw him into an easy win with the encampment. I wanted to send my spy off to Turicum. Or, yeah, Turicum. Turicum, yeah. And then I decided to go ahead and make the Marine Volunteer Legionnaires over here. They were the cheaper unit. Probably not all that good, but I decided to make 2 of those over there. Maybe to reinforce Octajuron later on. I decided to build, I think the sanitation here. I wasn't sure which one to build. The fountains right here. Then you have the fountains, then the latrines. Latrines is what I ended up building in the end. I gotta have a place for my people to go to the bathroom, right? One thing I miss about Rome 1, you need to go ahead and build like everything in Rome 1. In Rome 2, you have to decide which path to go down, and you feel like left out and not building the other stuff. So I started the siege here at Octajuron. I'm gonna go ahead and go with doing 8 siege ladders, and then we're gonna go ahead and hire some troops a little later on when we actually go for the attack, but not right now. I wanted to save the money. And then that gives me +1 public order down that route, so I wanted to go ahead and get that. And now I can build farms, so we can go ahead and stop worrying about food everywhere. Upgrade the Temple of Mercury over there. I'm checking out the population here, seeing what makes it, what little things affect the population that is causing it to grow or not grow in each thing. I wanted to check to see if my tax level, if I lowered it, if that would make my population increase and not make it continue to decrease in certain areas. It appeared that the smaller cities that have no walls, those seem to have decreasing population as opposed to the cities that do have walls in those provinces. Building more volunteer legions over here. Checking out his hiring units. Sending my spy closer to Turcum over here. Should I find out that they have an army already sitting in the city? That city has no walls, so that would be easy to take later on. Checking the siege, seeing how it's going. I noticed that I don't have a big significance on the battle bar there. I'm moving Mark Anthony to go ahead and maybe reinforce later on. Placing him in the last mode there. I don't know what to call it. I'm trying to see which general that was. That was Scudius Gavius Giglius. I did not say that right. But that's the other general that I have that's right here. It's a little bit ways away from the other provinces. I'm looking at what to go ahead and what technology to go ahead and do next. I noticed that the other parts you can go ahead and one side is paying, the other side is free completely. The Helvetii, I just asked for peace there, and now the
We live for battle. We dream of
city Turcum went ahead and declared war on us. I think they were called a different fraction though. This is telling me that I have a son from somebody. Some guy is claiming to be my son from some other woman that I do not know, or I don't know. I decided to send him away. We're going to find out that might have been not the best decision later on. But since I don't think Civil War is anything in this DLC expansion, it's not going to really affect us. The Terracum, I'm sending my spy closer over there.
at your command.
Now I can go ahead and build the fish resource. Fishing boats. My long-lost son was not too happy about me denying him to be my son, and he apparently was my son, according to the woman. So I had minus 50 senators in the influence, which is a pretty big cut, but I don't know if that really means anything in this DLC, since I don't think Civil War does much in this one, because you're not part of the overall Roman Empire. Looking at it. Yeah, I lost some influence there. I don't know if that went down a little bit, maybe. Moving up on Mark Anthony here.
On the move. March. Make haste, men.
So now I was able to go ahead and attack this. I wanted to maintain the siege. I wanted to see how long it would take for Mark Anthony to get over there, but too long, so I decided to go ahead and do it myself, but I wanted to hire some mercenaries first. I was going to go with the naked swordsman, but I decided not to, and I went with the Gallic hunters, I think is what those are, the bowmen over there. The Gallic mercenary hunters. That ended up being actually the right choice to go with, as we'll see in the battle there. I decided to go with 2 of them instead of just 1 and 1, but hire those there, and then go ahead and start the battle on off in a little bit. I couldn't get Mark Anthony there in time, so I was like, all right, I'll move him back to go ahead and protect Mediolanum from the guys over there in the other city, Turcum. I think they're called some other fraction. I can't remember the name. Something with a T it starts out with. So I looked at the auto-resolve for this, and it wasn't that good. The balance bar was like, It could have been 80%, I thought, but oh well. So now I'm in here, and now it's going to go ahead and go really fast, because I'm going to go ahead and set up my troops. I decided to put 3 ladders over here. And I wanted to check out these guys. These guys looked like they had a crossbow or something like in their hands. I know that in one of the DLCs, they do have some crossbows in some of the guys, but not in this one in particular. So I moved my scorpions over there and my Gallic hunters to go ahead and take out that tower over there. I'm going to go ahead and use my bowmen to go ahead and take out towers, which is actually going to be a lot better than using my siege, I find out. At least a lot quicker. I wanted to go ahead and take out as many towers as I could before I went ahead and moved in my troops. I tried to go ahead and get a better aim with the catapults here. I wasn't too good at it. It's a little hard to do, and to get the thing to go, the catapult ball to go where you want it to, it doesn't work. So I went ahead and just let the computer do it. And I figured out that the Gallic hunters are very good at taking out towers there. They just took out that tower very easily. This is something you see a lot of people doing in Attila, and I don't see too many people doing it in Rome too, which you can do. Go ahead and let your archers take out the towers with flaming arrows. We ended up taking out all these towers along here. 1, 2, about 4 towers with those guys. So they had quite a bit of ammo on them. He's going to take out 2 of those towers over there, the scorpions, before I went ahead and started moving on the walls. I ran out of ammo pretty quickly. That catapult did not even finish off that 1 tower there. They're finishing off the tower there pretty well. So I had to bring them on back to go ahead and take out that tower. And then we'll see here in a minute. What I should have done probably is after these guys, the Gallic hunters were done with the towers, they should have gone at. I should have had them take out the gate too, with their fire arrows. But I decided to go ahead and just kind of waste them and let them fire on the computer there. I figured since they were just levy troops that it really didn't matter. I was going to disband them anyways at the end of the battle. So I thought I might as well use them to go ahead and make them waste their... Now I'm checking out the health of this 1 tower here. Noticing how much health it has left. Moving up my ladders. I'm about to start making the attack on it. I have my legionary cohort there, the big, really big unit. That's I think 400 men in that unit. That's a lot of men in that unit. The other units have about 200 men. So here I am starting the attack. Was moving those scorpion guys all the way off to the get out of the way. I'm gonna go ahead and slow it down again when I actually get to the walls. I wanted to get past this part. I wanted to check out this one group and see how they were pushing up the towers, or the ladders. They're not really pushing it with their hands. They're kind of just like walking up to it and bumping it. So now here we arrive at the walls. Most of my ladders, except for that one over there off to the far left. That one's kind of straggling on up there. I wanted to get in my cavalry to go ahead and go around back, so I decided to go ahead and use the skirmishers over here to go ahead and burn down the gate. Why I probably should have used the Gallic hunters to go ahead and do that earlier. I would have had to go ahead and use up my skirmishers for that. Really though, this group of men is just a diversion right here to go ahead and allow me to scoot on in from the back with the other guys. We'll see some of the action here, getting close. You can see this guy, they were getting a lot of kills, that cohort. They're a pretty strong unit. A lot stronger than any other Gallic units right there. Now I'm going to move in from the back over here. Closer in on this walled town. That's the capture point over there. I thought I could maybe capture it while these guys were doing their little assault on the walls over here. Look at the action here. See these cohorts. Oh, he killed him there. He stabbed right to the head, it looked like it. A lot of blood. I do have the blood DLC there. And this is on DEI, if you haven't noticed yet. This is Divide ad Imperium. Which is really the only way to play Rome 2 these days. I've never really tried the radius mod. Now I'm gonna move up Caesar to the side over here because I can go ahead and apply his specialties. Now he's got his general and other cavalry guarding them over there. And then the Roman archers, or the Roman archer group, I'm gonna end up bringing around. And they're not gonna be of much use to me in the end because I didn't really do what I probably should have done with them, but oh well.
Skirmishers!
That gate takes a long time to burn down with those guys. I ended up inspiring these guys over here with Caesar, which just makes their attacks more lethal, I think. Those skirmishers that they have are really taking us out. They have bowmen in the back there. I think those are their Gallic hunters. I wasn't sure to put them in the repel mode, repel cavalry mode, or not. Now here we are about to attack the capture point. I wanted to come around with this guy and attack the tower over here, either capture it or go ahead and burn it down, but things didn't go to plan. So I brought him over here to maybe attack these guys. And it didn't work out in the end, but that tower is coming down, the gate over there is coming down pretty slowly. I'm speeding through a lot of my pauses there, because I did do a few pauses. I didn't do as many as I usually do.
Our spears are yours. Get ready.
And then he decided to only leave his general over there and this one other cav group. These guys are gonna come down here. And I kind of noticed my bowmen being all by themselves, so they're going to end up attacking them.
By your command.
I probably should have ran for it with them, but I decided to stand my ground. I don't know why. And then I'm going to go ahead and move in my cavalry here. They're going to go ahead and help out after this gate gets broken down. Once they're lit on fire, they come down pretty easily. They end up catching up to me over there. Those are, I think, Gaul swordsmen of some type. Put them all in cavalry repelling mode. And I wanted to bring these guys around back to go ahead and attack them from behind. Sneak them around the houses there, or whatever the heck that is, the little buildings. And now here I have my cavalry on in finally. So now I'm going to go ahead and take on their skirmishers with some of the cavalry, and then I'm going to go ahead and have one of these cavalry guys is going to go ahead and help my archers over there, and the other one is going to go ahead and have him attack these, help out these legionnaires, and their cohorts and whatnot. Get him into position. Use my Inspire again over here. Check out the fighting. Oh, he just stabbed him right there, right through the neck. It looked like it. It was a pretty severe stab. That group looks like it's suffering a little bit there, those cohorts. I wanted to go ahead and take control of this tower here so they can go ahead and stop firing on my troops. Brought these cav over here to go ahead and take out these guys. It looks like he had skirmishers go ahead and join that fight over there. So they're getting really murdered over there, that one group of archers that I had. And then my cavalry over here, they're getting fired on by some skirmishers that were going ahead and running away from the main battle. Well, I did catch some of their skirmishers in attack. And then these cavalry, they were fighting those spearmen there, which really wasn't that strong of a group, but you would think spearmen can take on cavalry pretty easily, but they couldn't take on these cavalry that easily. I wasn't sure whether to send them off after that or not. I wanted to use my Scorpion on them, but I figured out that I was out of ammo. So I took out that group of skirmishers with those cav, and I wanted to bring them around to go ahead and hit the other swordsmen in the back. It looked like they were going to go ahead and be killed off anyway, the archers over there, but we'll see that they end up surviving in the end. It's a very small group, though, that survives. Now I'm going to end up bringing Caesar on into the town. I wanted to see if I could get him in any action, you know, and to continue to inspire my troops. You'll see I left the skirmishers out there. I didn't even bring them into the battle. Go ahead and have these cavalrymen go ahead and help out that those legionaries over there. Now I'm finally gonna end up capturing this tower over here. Put them into repel cavalry mode. It does finally go neutral. I have a nerfed the towers mod on, so the towers are a lot weaker, supposedly. before they could go ahead and take out an entire, like, unit, really. Like, have your unit, or even take the whole thing on out. They were worse than, like, Attila.
Legionaries, ready and waiting.
As you say. Warriors, move out! Sons of Mars.
End up finishing off those guys, and now I'm gonna go ahead and move them over there, and I'm gonna move up that cavalry unit to go ahead and help the group up there by the capture point, the main capture point.
Mounted warriors!
That tower is finally being captured there. So now after that's captured, I went ahead and sent those guys back on in to help them flank the spear group from behind there. The Celtic tribesmen is what those are. Brought that cavalry group on in. And now I'm going to go ahead and put them off the side, bring in Caesar. And then I'm going to see if we can get Caesar some action on this first battle here. In this campaign. I want to get a good charge on in here. It wasn't that great of a charge. With those guys. There's probably all the buildings and just the land wasn't all that good. The trees and whatnot. I still ended up going ahead and attacking the general there and causing some damage to him. We'll see in a little bit that they'll go ahead and take out some of the general's unit. Now we're going to go into movie mode and watch this. We'll watch the cavalrymen take out some of the general's unit. It takes out a guy there, knocks him off his horse. Horse falls down too. See if we can spot any more. Oh, takes out that guy. Spear right to the gut. The horse gets away. I think it was the general units there that he was attacking. They tried to escape there, the general's unit. Right into my other cohort group there. Legionaries. I used my final inspire there. Now I didn't want to let the general get away, so I wanted to go ahead and hunt after him with Caesar. He ended up dying from one of the tower arrows. Caesar couldn't go ahead and kill him, unfortunately. Caesar got no action in this battle. And then the battle ends up ending here in a few minutes. In a few seconds. There we go. It ended up being a close victory. I thought it was a pretty good victory. Ended up stabbing this guy right to the neck. And now I'm going to end up occupying it.
Ready for battle.
My general ranks up, so Caesar moves up in rank, and I couldn't build anything here just yet. I didn't have enough money to. So that's where it's going to end up ending. I ended up moving Mark Antony back over to the other city there. Go ahead and protect just in case if the army from Turkum came down to go ahead and attack me. So I think that's where it's going to pretty much end here. It's going to end up playing out. We'll start back up on the next turn. And like and subscribe. Comment below and share if you like it. All right? Thank you.
Advance.
Ready for battle. Set up the watch. At your command.